Hi, friends. Today we're going to talk about some of the vocab that you're going to encounter in the story Hottest, Coldest, Highest, Deepest. One word that you're going to find is average. Average has two meanings. One is the number that is found by dividing up a sum by a certain amount of days. So when somebody says the average temperature, that means what has been the medium temperature. If it was really hot in a few days, really cold in a few days, by taking that and finding the middle ground, it's average. Another definition is just meaning common. I have a picture of three people there. One is short, one is tall. The one in the middle is the average height. Everybody's kind of an average height unless you're really tall or really short. That means common. Another word is depth. Depth is the distance from the top to the bottom. And in this story, they're going to talk about the depth of the ocean. You can tell by the land in the water, it's not that deep. The depth is not deep. When you get all the way to the right hand side of the picture, the depth is a lot deeper. Erupted, that means to burst out. I like to think of a volcano. When it erupts, lava and ash and heat burst out from the top. Deserts, they are dry, sandy regions without water or trees. When you outrun somebody, you run faster than someone or something else. I know that the picture of the tortoise and the hare, the tortoise is not faster than the hare, but in the story, he does outrun the hare by using trickery. Peak, the pointed top of a mountain or hill. So if you see this picture, these people are climbing to the peak, the top of that hill. Tides, that's where the water of the ocean rise and falls. It happens about twice a day. You'll have a high tide and low tides. High tide, the water comes up higher, closer to the houses and things on land. And low tide, the water is pushed out into the ocean more. If you've been to the beach, you might have experienced that. Waterfalls, those are streams of water that fall from a high place. So you can see here, this is a picture of many, many waterfalls. Ocean trenches. You're going to see this word in the story. Those are steep depressions in the deepest part of the ocean. The top picture is an actual photograph of a trench in the ocean. Looks like two mountains underwater, and in the middle is a trench. The bottom picture, if you see where the blue goes all the way down to the bottom, that's an ocean trench. You can tell. It looks like it's in between two mountains. Mightier, that means very large or having great power. And in this picture that I have, the person on the left is mightier than the person on the right. They're stronger. Natural, from nature, not man made. I used a picture here of different things from nature that you could cook up and melt down to dye fabric to get different fabric colors. So if you look at the blue, it looks like they use black beans makes blue fabric. If you want green, you would cook down some spinach to dye fabric. That's natural. Pours, to flow rapidly in a steady stream. So when you pour water, that's what you're doing. You're pouring it, it's coming out in a steady stream. Above sea level. You're going to see this. This might also be on your test. That's the distance above the sea level. So you start at the sea, where this arrow is, the bottom arrow, and you go to the top of the mountain, to the tippy top of that arrow. That measurement is above sea level. Now, if you want to know the whole height of that whole mountain range, the altitude, the whole thing, you want to go all the way down to the bottom of the ocean, you could measure from the bottom under the water to the peak. But if you only want to know the height above the sea level, it's only where the ocean water is at the top to the tippy top of the peak. Thank you for watching. As always, you can go back to look over the video and to review any of the words.